Hi Lauren, yeah I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you feeling about your review today?
Yeah, okay, a little nervous as I have not had a review since my probationary review 6 or 7 months ago now. I just don't really know what to expect.
Yeah, I have noticed there hasn't been as many reviews or how's it going conversations as I would have liked to see with Sarah, your line manager. Apologies, this is definitely something I've noted and will be following up on in the future. And please don't be nervous, there is honestly nothing to worry about.
Okay.
So, haven't you recently been away? Didn't you go to Australia?
Yeah, I got back 2 weeks ago now, feels like forever ago.
I would love to go to Australia. What did you get up to?
Well, my mum actually lives over there, so I went to visit her really. She lives in Sydney, so we went to visit the Sydney Opera House, Sydney Harbour Bridge, and visited one of the most famous fish restaurants, Fish at the Rock. It was lovely.
Oh wow, I love seafood. However, I don't have it that often as my partner hates the smell. I never knew your mum lived over in Australia. How is it having family living so far away?
Yeah, not too bad. I do miss her at points and don't have that many friends, so sometimes it gets a little lonely. However, I do get to go on holiday to a really lovely place a couple of times a year. It's a really nice escape and I don't have to worry about accommodation.
I can imagine. Well, if there's any particular dates that you know you want to book off in the future for special occasions or you need to go over and see her, just let us know and we'll do our best to accommodate these. And if there is anything else you need, you know where I am and my door is always open if you need to talk.
Thank you. And yes, I certainly will let you know about future dates.
Please do. So, I know you said you were feeling a little nervous about today. Have you had an annual review completed with any of your previous organisations?
Yes, and they all seem to be focused on the negatives, hence why I am a little nervous.
Well, please be reassured that today we are just going to have a good conversation around your performance and development and what we can do to support you with those. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
So, overall, your performance against your KPI targets is very good. And by looking at your KPIs and performance against these month on month, you have either achieved or beaten your set targets. And on some occasions, you have beaten these by over 4 orders, which is fantastic. However, over the past couple of months, you seem a little demotivated. And where there was a continuous improvement and increase in your actual against your target, that gap is now slowly starting to reduce again. So what do you think could be causing this?
Yes, I agree, and I do feel a little demotivated. The reason for this is that I feel like I am being targeted less than the rest of the team, and this is making them think I am lazy or not good enough, hence my lack of motivation. I did want to speak to Sarah, my team leader, but just didn't want to bother her, and with it, I feel like I have the drive to push myself further, but I'm not really being given the opportunity to.
I can completely understand your perspective, and I agree. I think that your targets are far too low. Looking at your outbound KPIs against our best-in-class figures, you are only 3.5 orders away from our benchmark in the last 2 months, which is a great achievement. However, on average throughout the year, although you have beaten your own targets, you are considerably below where our benchmark employees are. What do you think will motivate you and improve these figures?
As I said earlier, I haven't really sat down with Sarah and so wasn't aware what the benchmarks was and what best in class looks like. Not really. I know Harry is always performing well and always being made aware of his targets and the benchmarks by Sarah. I really think having a higher target set and understanding what best in class and benchmarks look like will really help to motivate me and improve my performance overall.
Again, I completely agree, and I think it would definitely be beneficial for Sarah and yourself to have much more regular reviews, especially of your KPIs, and just in general, just to see how it's going. Do you think this would help?
Yes, definitely. I will know where I am against my own KPIs and best in class. It will help me to understand if I'm doing a good job and where I can improve and help not only my own but the organisation's performance.
Great. Now, I'm also aware there have been a couple of occasions where there have been disagreements with other members of the team in the past, and I just want to understand how you are getting on now and if there is anything we can do to help.
Yes, I do struggle a little bit to fit in with the rest of the team, and to be honest, feel a little like an outsider. I have always struggled in social situations due to difficult relationships in the past.
Okay, well, we certainly don't want anyone to feel excluded. And if this is something that you feel, do you think that you might need extra support with this?
I do feel like it is the one thing that holds me back, and I have been thinking about getting counselling on anger management and how to deal with trust issues I have from a professional, but have never really known where to look or how to go about it.
Really? Well, I had similar worries in the past, and when I joined Netporter, I used our free employee assistance program, which offers completely confidential support with one of their private healthcare expert counsellors. I can give you a leaflet with all the details on, and if this is something that you think might help.
Yes, definitely. I would really like to improve my people skills, as I would like to progress and maybe become a team leader.
I definitely think this is achievable in the future, and agree this would definitely aid your personal development. I will ensure you get a leaflet before we leave today. I've also noticed that you don't regularly attend any of our social events or haven't really actively involved yourself in any of our corporate responsibility charity events.
Yeah, I feel as though I'm just not wanted at the events, and definitely don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Many of the team arrange to meet prior to the events or car share, but I've never really been asked. I mean, Harry did invite me to lunch with the team on a couple of occasions, but I just felt a little embarrassed after the situation with Alex.
Well, I've spoken to Alex and Sarah, and both have agreed that since the situation with Alex was dealt with, there have been no further incidents, and they would really like if you were involved a little bit more. We have our annual charity event coming up next week. How would you feel about attending and helping with maybe some of the organisation? We need to put some merchandise on the table so our customers can understand what we do. Harry is one of our top performers, and he's great with people. Maybe you could do this together, and I think it would just work really well. He would really help with introducing you to the team a little bit more, and the event would be a fantastic opportunity to build experience. How does that sound?
Yes, that sounds great. I was going to ask if maybe I could shadow Harry, especially with the counselling. I think both will really help with my knowledge on the organisation, teamwork and my people skills.
Perfect. Well, we can speak to Harry tomorrow, and both Sarah and myself can go through what we need from you both for the charity event later on this week. Maybe Wednesday afternoon. Also, I think shadowing Harry will be great for your development, so we can also ask Sarah to arrange some practical days for both Harry and yourself. I think Harry will really motivate you and help to draw out that ambition and drive.
Okay, great.
It has also been fed back by a lot of the team, and myself have also noticed that you have a great ability to cope with the physical demands of your position, which is really good to hear and see. However, whilst we have noticed this, we have also noticed that you have taken a lot of a day's absence in the last 12 months, and considerably higher than what we would expect from our employees. In the last 12 months, you have been off for 8 days in total, and all have either been 2 days together and at similar times of the month. Is there any particular reason for your absences?
Well, I play netball for a local team, and it is really the one time I get to go out and have some fun and let off some steam with the few friends that I do have. Every couple of months we arrange an event like a tournament or a team building exercise, which are great but leave me tired and run down, which always seems to end up in me really not being able to come into work, especially with the physical demands. I do know I really need to book the day off after to recover and to have been meaning to speak to Sarah, but I've just not had the opportunity.
Wow, I love netball and it sounds like a lot of fun, but maybe we just need to ensure that those days are booked off in advance and look at your shift patterns on those occasions with Sarah to ensure you don't miss out and we aren't down an employee. Also, the regular reviews and how's it going conversations will really help to ensure that these types of events are planned for and booked in correctly for both you, Sarah and the team.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for being so understanding, and I do apologise for not booking those off. I will definitely do so in the future.
So, have you got any questions for me, Anne?
Yeah, I'm really interested in becoming a team leader and just wondered if this is something that I could be considered for.
Well, at the moment, unfortunately, I don't think you're quite ready. However, I definitely think you have the drive, ambition and passion to be a team leader in the future. We need to work on increasing your targets, get the counselling started and get you working with Harry and ensure you are having regular review meetings with Sarah. Once this has all come together and we start to see a reduction in your absence days, I'm certain you will be on the right path to become a great team leader.
I agree, and I will definitely ensure I contact the Employee Assistance Programme later today. Really think it will help.
Good. Well, thank you for your time today, Anne. I've really found today incredibly beneficial and hope you have too. I look forward to seeing you with Sarah and Harry later on this week to arrange help with the charity event. And as I said earlier, my door is always open. If you need any help, please do let me know. You know where I am and you have all my contact details. I look forward to celebrating your success and the team's success in the near future.
Thank you, and it's been a great review.